My name's Kathy Silvia, and I served in the United States Army. I am currently the Baltimore National Cemetery Director, responsible for 5 locations and maintaining the grounds at our national cemeteries. I was a senior in high school and was trouncing through about 2 feet of snow to go home after basketball practice one day, and I thought maybe I just want to get out of the house. I'm the 4th of 9 kids, and the family didn't really have enough money for college for me, so I explored trying to enlist in the Army. So I went up to a recruiter to ask him what kind of jobs he had in the Army, and he said, well, what's your rank in class, what's your SAT score, and how you doing in school, and what sports I do. So I ended up not enlisting in the Army, but getting deferred to West Point. The recruiter actually knew that the law had just passed in October, and I think I saw him in December. I ended up applying. It was a very, very quick process, and I was behind the 8 ball time-wise, but I got an alternate appointment from Senator Kennedy, and then I was accepted. In retrospect, they could have given the Academy maybe another year to get the facilities ready, but at any rate, they did the best they could. Looking at it, 30 years later, I think we raised the institution's standards just by being there, and it also collaboratively changed how they approach leadership, being mixed gender leadership as opposed to just all male. It took a little bit of perseverance from all of my female classmates as well as the male classmates to get them to that spot. But I think the place is a better place, and it's doing much better. It's not an issue, 30 years later, so it produces an awesome product, and I'm very proud of everybody I serve with, my classmates or my family in a lot of ways. So I got through school and served 5 years in the Field Artillery active duty. In 1985, I was Field Artillery. I was number 2 in gunnery. I knew how to operate a missile outfit. Trying to figure out what next job would be in the Field Artillery, Department of the Army came and visited our outfit in Germany and said, this is what you can do, guys. You can do cannons, you can do this. And, they mentioned 5 MOSs that the guys could do, but only missiles and target acquisition for the women. And actually, they wanted the women to leave. So they basically said, you guys can do everything. You women, go away. We have no career path for you. I once had a battalion commander, infantry battalion commander, tell me, you're not doing a service to the gentlemen. They're in the foxhole fighting. And I bet you're the kind that's going to be afraid to get your fingernails dirty. And I'm like, well, let me prove you wrong. And about a year later, he's looking at me saying, you know how to crawl down in this tank. And I know how to drive that tank, sir, So just let me do it. I decided at that time to branch transfer to logistics quartermaster. That way I had some marketable skill on the outside, and it was a smart move. I understood what a combat arms needed because I was one, and then I switched over to the support role to make sure they had everything. I had come back from Korea, and the division support commander said, I need to send somebody with a top secret clearance like tomorrow to Panama. And he had 3 names. Mine was one of the 3 names, and 2 other gentlemen. And I said, well, I don't have any problem going, and this is why you should send me, because I already have a top secret clearance that I had when I was doing nuclear weapons. I ended up going to Panama. It was scary. At one point I got picked up by the PDF. At another point I was looking down the AK-47 loaded, and he was ready to, the hotel we were staying at got hit. I was with 2 other guys, and we were in a rental car, and we couldn't make it back to our room. So we didn't have any weapons with us. We didn't have any ammo. We had no recourse. And our hotel got hit by the PDF, the Panamanian Defense, and I was in the back seat, and I just kind of slid down as far as I could go. He didn't end up firing, but we could not get back to our hotel. Continued active duty till 1988. I got out, went into the reserves, and I was active reservist from 89 to 99. I was involved in deploying the first transportation units over to the Gulf War. I didn't go myself, but I skipped around New England and shipped out transportation and logistics units, make sure they were ready to go to war. So then had a break from being a reservist, and when 9/11 hit, I was mobilized in 2003 for 3 months to get another transportation unit ready to go. I learned a lot about trains. I was the only train battalion in the United States Army inventory, so it was quite unique. They sent an advance party, then teamed up with the British, and then the British and the American railway teams actually handed over that function to the Iraqi civil affairs and the Iraqi people. So our unit did not deploy. We went back home. Again, I was, on reserve tour. And I said, well, I may as well throw my name in the hat to stay in uniform full time and finish my 20. So that's what I did. I served another period, 2003 to 2006. Got sent to the border of Kuwait and Iraq. Spent most of 2004 overseas. 2006, I got out of uniform. The VA healthcare in 1988, I saw them in Boston, in the Boston region in Providence, Rhode Island. And it was, I'll kind of give you the progression here, because in 1988, I'm walking into the VA in the Boston region, and the response you got was, "Excuse me, miss, can I help you find your dad? Are you lost? You couldn't possibly be the veteran." And I think now, 2009, 10, 11, it's more of, we have a place. Salisbury, North Carolina is great. They had nice training videos. Had all my exams done there, and there was really great staff. I can't say anything. I wrote to the director of that medical facility because they do a terrific job there. Women are flying combat aircraft. They're flying Apache helicopters, doing pretty much everything. You're in every role. You're a medic. You're riding the convoy. You're getting toasted by IEDs. You're getting the injuries. You're serving alongside the guys. There's no, as the Secretary Shinseki said, there's no battle lines. You're there.